Hello, welcome and welcome back. This is Jacob continuing the module short stories for Arknights. And today we are taking a look at the module short story for Operator Waifu. And my god, I think I will never stop cringing at this name. Also, sorry, my voice is kind of a bit out today. Anyway, uh, this character is another very prominent, like, hey, this is why I like doing this series, why I literally picked this series up with the module short stories and stuff. I knew nothing about her. I knew roughly when she was added, and that was about it. I did not know where she's from technically. Well, technically I knew she's from Lugman, but why is she here? How did she come to Rhode Island? Until I saw that she has a module, I went for it. No idea. Literally no idea. Like, I know for most of them make sense. They're either in the main story or are part of the side stories. But I don't remember if she appears anywhere so far outside of maybe one of the future incoming stories. But yeah. Anyway, also, whoever thought about her name, well, bless your heart. you knew what you were doing, right? But anyway, when it comes to the module, very nice little design, and already paints the picture of what the hell this is gonna be about. We have a little ornate box with her two curved daggers inside and a bunch of martial arts tomes. And I don't know why, but this character just kind of reminds me of an elongated rocket raccoon, and it's kind of disturbing. But anyway, the title of today's module is The Classic of Hung Mei Wing Chun, and this is how the story goes. The year she turned 5, Waifu was taken to a study by her father. A few massive bookshelves filled the room totally full, all sorts of old books all over them. Ancient records from all manner ways and styles of martial arts. Choose one, learn it, in 3 months, show it to me. Waifu, still not able to read too many words, spent a while hesitating, then selected a book from the shelves caked in dust, with The Classic of Hung Mei Wing Chun written on the cover. Waifu had no clue what kind of technique this was, or what characterized it. She simply thought it had a very nice name. Her father hadn't given her a single pointer, so Waifu had to pore over the books by herself. Yes, she didn't understand the words too well, but the phrases in there. Wicked walks vengeance heady, just employs mind and soul, and the like flew completely over her head. But she still followed the movements in the pictures, practicing punch after punch, step after step. Assiduous, not allowing an inch of slack. 3 months later, before her father, Waifu finished demonstrating the whole set of techniques. 327 moves in total, flowing like nature, not a single one missed. But once her father finished watching, he furrowed his brow and sighed a rough sigh. No good. Try again. Waifu didn't know why, but had no alternative but to listen. 1 year later, her father began to take Waifu through some simple fighting exercises. He clearly didn't give it much strength, but Waifu still found herself caught out again and again, and every time, her father's fists would never pull back as they landed on her. Waifu didn't understand. Clearly she knew every move by heart, but why couldn't she make fluent use of them? She decided to look within the manual, again for answers, and after several times parsing through the cover to cover, she finally found in one unremarkable corner, a phrase. Ways aloft may decree, but man is what makes change. And a few more years later, Waifu could recite that book in her sleep. The tomes, now shelved in a nook in her room, rarely flipped through anymore. In her training, too, her father came to chide her less and less, and she felt he was becoming less strict than he was before. But suddenly, her father left home. He left behind a pair of daggers and a single phrase. I must go and find something. Waifu was unable to comprehend just what could be worth her father's abandoning his home to search for. It was only a few days after that Waifu left home too, to live somewhere different. While tidying her room, she again saw the manual and offhandedly flipped through it. From start to end, page by page, it was like her past lay before her. She found at the very end of the very last tome, clearly written, "Martiality asks mastery, this only from thorough training. With no purpose and no self, there is no boundary and no end." You're right, father. I'll catch up to you and become stronger than you. Ugh, what is wrong with my voice today? Anyway, there we go. A little short story, pretty much painting a very obvious picture about what her character is like. I mean, she's literally in everything that I've seen as of doing the manual, as of doing this short story. She's literally the, well, not fully basic, but she's literally the basic of any Kung Fu hero Chinese movie protagonist. Quite literally. That, and one of the rare ones where you can actually fully easily tell how old the person is without doing some weird freaking math. She began when she was 5 to study under her father, quote, study under her father, study alone more like. And then, when you go here, combat experience, 14 years, and the very first sentence in the profile, a university student from Lungmen. So yeah, she's about 19 to 20. Very young. Even though there are definitely younger operatives in freaking Rhode Island, but circumstances, right? Anyway, the story was very fun. One day I'll cover her in, considering she's on 200% and now E2 as well because of the module, I'll cover her in her own file narration thing like I'm doing for the other characters. And speaking of, today's gonna be a double whammy considering there should be a, when it finishes going through YouTube HD hell, a double whammy considering there's gonna be also a operative narration for their files and voice files. So this has been Jacob. This has been a narration for Waifu's module short story, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you all for listening. Bye bye.